Hi, I'm Dan Aubuchon, and welcome back to the Joy of Tennis Teaching. Last week we had the wonderful event with Blind Tennis, and I thank Samir Mahir again. I thought he did an exceptional job in our interview, but this week there's an even bigger event happening. It is time for the BNP Paribas Open. The world of professional tennis for men and women is coming to the desert. It's an amazing tournament, probably, in my opinion, the best run tournament in the world. I know the players like it the most. It's fantastic for fans. It's just a wonderful event. And an idea I've had for a program for a long time is let's tell you what you should do if you get a chance to go to a professional tennis event. The first thing I would recommend is find a way to go to the practice courts. The practice courts, I could spend all day at the practice courts and never see a single competitive match, and it will have been a wonderful day. You can get up close to the players. You can see the amount of effort they put into their work. You can watch how they interact with the coaches. The practice courts are just a wonderful time, and so much so that the BNP was one of the first tournaments to do actual stands and bleachers around the featured practice courts, and they post the times when players are going to practice. Number two is watch how the players warm up. On television, you don't get a chance to see much of the warm-up. So watch how the players warm up. I think you'll be amazed at how slowly they start with their hitting until they get a feel for the ball, and then they start increasing it so that they are up to full speed when they come out. And you couple that with the fact that all the players will have warmed up previously on a practice court before they get to the match court. It's very fascinating to watch the different players warm up. The third thing is watch the players' routine in between shots. You'll see some players will look at their strings, some players will close their eyes, some players will walk around. All the players have the certain amount of times they'll bounce the ball, but the routine that these players go through, their pre-serve routine and their routine that they go through to get ready for the return of serve, is something you just can't see on television. The second thing that I want you to watch for is watch one player. It's natural, the old cliche about how the tennis audiences, the head goes back and forth as they follow the ball. And that's a really natural thing to do. But if you can, to get the most out of your viewing experience live at a pro tennis event, watch one player. Watch a player to see how they recover from the shots. It's amazing to see a player will run a great distance, make an amazing shot, and then recover with even more intensity in their footwork than they do when getting to a shot. One of my best experiences at the BNP, I was given some great seats, and I went to the match with a good friend of mine, and I bought a program, and I used the program to block out my vision so I couldn't watch Roger Federer's upper body. As much as I loved watching Roger hit the ball, I wanted to really focus on his feet. And those who are Roger historians, you'll be able to figure out what year it was. It might have been like 05, 04. He was wearing those electric blue Nike shoes. So his shoes were this amazing bright color in the bright desert sun. And I watched 4 or 5 games where all I did was watch his legs and his footwork. And it was amazing. It inspired me to move my feet much more on the court the next day. And I played great tennis for the short time that I could sustain that amount of footwork effort. And finally, the last thing that I want you to notice is people think, oh, the pros hit it so hard. But the comment that I get from audiences and the thing that people say to me is they make it look so easy. And the secret to the pros making it look so easy is the fact that they use minimum potential and they only use their full swing, backswing and follow through when they have time. If you watch the top players and all the good professional players, I think you'll be amazed at how often they block the ball, use minimum potential, do wrist flicks, bunt the ball back with just a very small swing. Tennis is a game where you have to control the racket to control the ball. And these are the best players in the world. So you'll learn a lot watching them. And speaking of rackets, I'd like to thank Julie Gherkin from Dunlop for sending me this great Dunlop Junior racket, which I've been using in my work with the blind tennis and the foam balls. So very exciting time here in the desert for the tennis world. Hope you go out there and really enjoy watching the tennis on TV. I'll be watching with you and know that I'm just down the street, if not actually at the event. So go out there and be joyful.